Hey everybody, I want to show you how the veg garden is going with tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers. Lots going on as usual. It's super fun. It's just so exciting. So this is the vegetable garden. And we have cucumbers. We've got tomatoes, 16 different tomato plants. And in the very back here, we've got peppers. Everybody is looking so good, so healthy. They're getting enough water. The tomatoes look just amazing. And it's time to put stakes in and get the cages up. These are the tomato cages that we use every year. They do a terrific job. So it's this paneling. I think it's like a cattle panel, sort of a cattle panel-esque type of wire with these squares here. And then we bought some more last year at Menards and made more of them. And so we just cut the wire and cinched it up at the seam here. And one cool thing for storage that has been really helpful is if you make some of them a little bit smaller in circumference, just a bit, by like one square, like one of these lines, then the other ones, then when you go to store them, they fit inside. So we've got about half of them that are smaller, half of them that are bigger. And we have the stakes. So we put T-post stakes in. That way, you know, the plants don't run the risk of falling over. If things get windy, things stay in place. And then we just zip tie them up and it works great. Cucumbers have just popped right up. We planted these last week and boom, everybody's just up and out, ready to rock and roll, ready to party. It really helps that we've got a nice sprinkler ready to go here that covers everything, and we have the water spigot. It's just wonderful. So I haven't had any issues with this garden when it comes to replant or being too dry. We also have, I almost forgot, we have paddy pan squash in the front here. So they look just like the cucumbers in the back, but actually you can see they have bigger leaves. So these are paddy pan squash, just absolutely delicious. You know, you can eat them cold, you can fry them up. They're more interesting to me than just zucchini. One thing I'm trying this year, which looks like a mess right now, I put sunflowers along this fence line and some cosmos in front of those, so it would be a wall of tall, large sunflowers plus orange cosmos in front in a lot of places, and they're coming up. Like this is a sunflower, these are cosmos, and we've got the grandma morning glory seeds that just reseeded themselves and are all over the place. It always happens every year. It just cracks me up. We get rogue tomatoes. That is a rogue tomato. These are rogue tomatoes. More rogue tomatoes. This is a rogue tomato. It's so funny. They come back because the seeds that dropped from last year get into the soil and they just show up. This garden did amazing last year, so we have really high expectations this year. We had 7 and 8 foot tall indeterminate big boys that grew up and over the tomato cages. It was just wild. So we have fewer of those this year. We're going with a mix of some of those celebrities and cherries, just to keep things a little more under control. Celebrities tend to manage their height a little bit better. They don't get too crazy. I think they're about 4 to 5 foot tall, somewhere in there, but they still produce a beautiful, full-bodied, really robust tomato.